What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Tuesday. I got 13 games here tonight. I got it broken down for you. 2 pitchers, 4 batters to hopefully get it done. Last night we had some tough luck with the hitters, and really good spots just didn't come through. Didn't return the value we're looking for. The pitchers were solid. They had really good innings, and then 1 or 2 innings they kind of struggled a little bit with allowing some extra base hits, like DeGrom uncharacteristically let up a home run to Renfroe, a guy that typically doesn't hit for power against righties, and he also hit a double against the DeGrom, which set up another run. So that was really the biggest issue, just like 2 hits that really screwed him over. And also the same thing kind of happened with Hamels, just had 2 blow-up kind of innings where he allowed a home run and then 2 runs another inning. So could have been a better night. They had the strikeout ability, but didn't come through with eliminating the runs, and they didn't get enough run support. They got the W, but we got some great plays here tonight. I really like the pitchers. I think the batters have some good upside. I honestly feel a little bit more confident in these guys than I did yesterday, so hopefully it works out. So go ahead and drop a like in the video. If you're enjoying the content, want to see it coming your way for the rest of the MLB season, let's hop right into it. The first guy up is going to be Noah Syndergaard at 10,100. He's been really up and down this year, but he's coming off a complete dominant effort against Cincinnati. And he's going against a similar matchup here in San Diego, a team that strikes out a good amount. He's going to be in a good pitcher's environment, going against a lot of right-handed batters. He has a 28% K rate versus righty batters so far in this season. There's only like 1 or 2 lefties possibly in the San Diego lineup. They typically always have Hosmer. But then Greg Garcia, he got the start last night. Not sure if he's going to get it again here tonight. But Syndergaard, just really good K upside, and I think he's going to build off that performance of last time because he was going through that rough patch where he's just allowing a lot of hits and a lot of power. But those were against some tougher lineups. Philly, Milwaukee, 2 of the stingier offenses in the NL. But against a weaker Cincinnati team, he was able to get his kind of groove going, and hopefully he can carry that over against another bad lineup in San Diego. They're only implied 3.4 runs, so I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I'm going to go a little bit riskier, but Griffin Canning here. This guy showed some really good strikeout ability in his first start. Struggled a little bit with his pitch count, 82 pitches in 4.1 innings, but I think he can make some quicker work here of a Detroit team that has been really prone to striking out and just not putting many runs up on the board. In the first start for Canning, the guy had an incredible 22% swinging strike rate. Absolutely elite stuff. So he has some really good movement on the ball. This Detroit team can strike out a lot. They do have a lot of swinging and missing kind of players. So then Canning, he can get a good amount of strikeouts. If then he can just kind of limit his pitch count a little bit more, go a little bit deeper, I think he can have a great start here and return some really good value. The run line has been trending down for Detroit. I remember when I looked last night, it was around 4.2 runs, and now it's all the way down to 3.9. So trending in the right direction. It seems like people are really liking this game to go under. It has some good pitching conditions. I believe it's only 50 degrees. So Canning, good spot for him. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. Then I'm going to go with my first hitter, Andrew Benintendi. The Red Sox really came out flat yesterday against the lefty. The one positive, I guess, was Benintendi getting 3 walks and 13 drafting points. This guy has been on a heater recently. If you look at his production, 13, 17, 21, and 12 for the last 5 games. Power hasn't been really there this year, but when he faces off against righties in good hitting environments, he always has that ability to go deep. He's going against a guy in David Hess, who he absolutely has his number. 3 for 8 with 3 home runs. Definitely a small sample, but if you're able to hit 3 home runs and 8 at bats, then you're definitely seeing the ball well against the guy. And David Hess has been one of the worst pitchers in the league. He always is a guy that allows a ton of home runs. He's allowing 2.3 home runs per 9 on this season. And even last year as well, he allowed 1.9 home runs per 9. So Benintendi in the top of that lineup can definitely go off here. Actually, that wasn't even yesterday's game. He got the day off yesterday against a lefty, but still, day off of rest, going against a righty here towards the top of the lineup can definitely give us some solid production here and really good upside. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I'm going to go with Jose Altuve. His price has been trending down a little bit. He's been kind of up and down, but his power against lefties has been up a lot this year. The guy has a 519 ISO against them and a 52% hard contact rate against them. And also, Houston has been killing it at home. For whatever reason, they've been piling on runs. They're implied 5.8 runs here again tonight. So Vegas loves him. Altuve, a guy in the 2 spot, has some really good upset, I would say, at 4,300 for a guy of his power ability against lefties this year. And just with that run total, I mean, if he can get on base a few times, he does have an outside shot at getting a stolen base and RBI, and also has the ability to be driven in from the guys behind him. So 4,300, really like the price tag. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second hitter. Then I'm going to go with Brandon Belt, a guy I always love in plus kind of environments. And at 4,400 here in Colorado, we're getting him in a perfect spot, going against a right-handed pitcher. And Belt always has that raw power and ability. It's just that he's really kind of held back in San Fran, a park that isn't very hitter-friendly at all. 4 of his 5 home runs have come on the road. And going to Colorado, you can't ask for a better ballpark. The guy has a 277 ISO versus righties so far on the season. So he's showing some good pop against them. And I think he can definitely get it done here against a righty in Colorado. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. And they're also implied 5 runs. So they're a little bit underpriced, I would say, the San Fran lineup. And for my final guy, we're going to go a little bit value since we paid up for the rest of the players. But Marwin Gonzalez is a guy that does have an outside shot of giving us some good upside at a solid price, like a 3,200. This year, he's come out a little bit slow, not the same power ability, and struggling a little bit with the batting average, but still, the past few years, he has been a guy that has had some power, and this is a plus matchup for him in Toronto. They're implied 4.7 runs, so it's a little bit of a dart throw, I would say, just based on his production so far. But the ballpark is really good for hitting. Going against a righty, he's been better against righties so far this year. And Minnesota's lineup is very hot and cold. And when they catch fire, they can really pile on runs. So if they're able to get a hot start here, going against Sanchez, their starting pitcher, if they can get to that bullpen early, Marwin Gonzalez could definitely show off some good upside here and get some good RBI potential. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So you got the money 6. You got Syndergaard, Canning, 2 guys with really good K upside. Brandon Belt, good home run ability. Altuve, just really good power and extra base ability there against a lefty. Benintendi can definitely go deep, and also Marwin Gonzalez has the ability for some power and also has an outside shot of showing off some speed. He does have stolen base ability in the past, but it's really up to him if he wants to show off that speed that he might not have anymore. But it's an outside shot. I mean, at 3,200, he does have the ability to give us some good value there. So that is it for the plays, though. Hope you enjoyed it. Slap a like if you did. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any more MLB content. But good luck, and we'll see you back here again next time.